become president, become wife of the president as ladies, or something, governor, chairman, or something in high position. That's what we always feature, and that is why our parents sometimes will tell us that go and study medicine, be a doctor, be a lawyer, be an engineer. They will not talk about this, even this kind of work I'm doing now. They won't talk about it. So what do you really understand by this concept and the way people say it, and how we can correct that?
Okay, so the concept of children are leaders of tomorrow.
Yeah,
It's been there for so long, and it's true. It's very, very true. But maybe there's an idea or a level to which the concept applies. Leaders of tomorrow, being children, like I said, there's nothing untruthful about it. But I think that it's about what context
we are looking at it.
are we looking at leadership. Leadership can be positional,
Okay.
and leadership can be basically responsibility. So as little as if you're firstborn and you have another child,
Okay,
so
behind
if
you.
by birth position you're first or second, and provided there's someone following you, you are a leader of
You're
some
a leader.
sort. So there is a positional leadership, and there is leadership by responsibility. So when we heard children are leaders of tomorrow, and we thought that, okay, you don't have to be a president to be the leader. You don't have to be a vice president to be the leader. You don't have to be a governor to be the leader. You don't have to be any of those positional
Be the leader.
leadership to be a leader. You are a leader to the extent that you influence. So leadership is influence, basically. Leadership is impact. So training children up to be leaders of tomorrow. And then the word tomorrow is the same word you use, future. Future is a concept,
Yes, so
because your today is what you are going to call yesterday by the time you get to your tomorrow.
Definitely.
So the way things turn is your yesterday was the future you talked about, and today you're talking about tomorrow as future. By the time you get to tomorrow, it becomes a today.
It
So you
becomes
see,
a
it keeps
today.
revolving. Therefore means that future is what you make today. Today determines the future. So let's get back to children
Okay.
and helping them carry the right concept, complete concept of
Exactly.
being the leader of tomorrow. First, you have to let your children know that you don't have to be a positional leader. So from being in secondary school, primary school, I have a little girl who likes position a lot. Yes, each time she's made a particular thing and she's removed, she will feel so dampened that I have to be trying to ginger her to come up again, to help her see that, look, just keep making impact wheresoever you find yourself. So if we all grow with the idea that you are a leader, whether you are at the top, at the middle, or at the bottom, according to John C. Maxwell, you can lead from just about anywhere you are. So these are the things we should teach the children, and to help them
understand.
see that the future is a concept. So it's what you do today that will be called future or tomorrow. So if you teach the child to take responsibility today, then you already are setting them up for a great future, as it were. If you teach them to be people of diligence, diligent people, then you already are setting them up for a great future. If you teach them to be trustworthy people in the society, honest, sincere, all of these things are character traits. Okay, so if you put that into their life, you will find out that they will automatically become one of the best leaders. So they aren't just striving to be leaders, as it were. They are actually the best of leaders anyone will want to have. So whether they are positional or not, wheresoever they are found, they are making impact. They are creating positive vibes and influence. I like to stop there for now.
Oh,
Yeah.
seriously, if you are listening to me, if you are listening to us right now, I believe you are gaining something, because a lot of us always have this notion that leadership is about position alone, not the influence. We don't want to even make any influence on anybody.
Yeah,
We just
it's
want to
not
live
actually
our
supposed to
life,
be.
get to that top, and be eating money. That's seriously, that is what is always at the
National
back of
cake.
exactly, that this cake, we go share them together. So but leadership is not about that alone.
Yeah.
It goes beyond being in a position. It's an influence. You can just be in the class and be influencing
like you're
somebody.
here now, you're influencing. You're an influencer in your own world. Never mind what the word has become. And so the word influencer has been bastardized because today it means that person who can show off on social media and then who has some teaming following or followership as well. But you see, it will never ever be the truth that those are the only people who qualify to be called influencers. The moment you are creating a positive vibe, you're helping people to follow you positively, you're an influencer. Whether someone reckons with you or not, it will not matter. Truth is, you are making
your
a difference.
word, you are making
and when we
a
all make a
difference.
difference in our different little corners, then we have the world that we all can be proud of.
That's great. Okay, and let's go down to the children, because this
Yes.
program is mainly for the children. Yeah. So, and as parents that you are listening to us, and you wonder how you can inculcate, we have so many values that we can inculcate into the life of these children to become that child of influence.
Yeah.
So can you shed some light on some of these values?
Okay. I actually went ahead of the show. I had mentioned a few of them. I'll do a recap, then I'll add a few more. So I did say that responsibility, that's the price for greatness. Responsibility is the price for greatness. Anyone who wants to be great, as children, we must teach them to be responsible. What is responsibility? The average person who has children knows that one of the things children don't want to do is take responsibility.
Definitely.
They would rather sit down, see a movie all day, but not wash the socks that they are going to need for school. It's weekend.
Even
quite
doing no work.
What's weekend for? Weekend
For enjoying.
is for flexing.
Yeah.
Or like they said, I'm cruising. Okay. So weekend is just to cruise, just sit in front of TV, watch one episode to the other, go from Cartoon Network to wherever else interests them.
Everywhere.
And just have a day that you're just
have
lounging.
fun.
Now, is it wrong for a child to have that mindset? No, but there has to be balance.
Exactly.
So as a parent, we come in to say, okay, so I appreciate that this is weekend and you should rest. For instance, I don't wake my children up early on Saturday.
I thought I was the only one.
No. I won't do that to them. Because see, we run a schedule where my children have to wake up pretty early
Yes.
on weekdays. So when it's Saturday, I let them have a good sleep. Truth is, I don't wake them until they start waking up one after the other.
Definitely.
I don't. So I know that devotion, which is our family devotion for that day, will happen just about when they have all woken up. Yeah. So unlike other days where 5:30 we're already having devotion.
Seriously.
Because we have to be out of the house.
because I used to think I'm wide. Because that's what happens in my own house too. You wake these children very early in the morning every day from Monday to Sunday. So I just left this Saturday and said let them rest.
Yes.
Anytime they wake up, let them just rest.
It.
But sometimes I also caution myself. I say, I hope I'm not doing wrong thing.
Well, I don't think so. I don't particularly follow anybody's template because growing up
too.
for us, it didn't matter whether it was Saturday or Sunday. You would wake up early.
Very early.
Because Saturday is even work day, like wash clothes, clean the house.
Wake
so they'll
up
come and
very
hit you out of bed early. Come, a lot of cleaning to do around the house. So, but responsibility has to be taught. Lack of it is what will make one grow into an adult who has even positional leadership but will not do what he's paid to do. Do you know there are workers who go to work today and they don't work at work? They will do any other thing other than work.
Definitely.
And I don't want to be too explicit. I would have said go to civil service structure. I know that some states are trying to make things better, but as it is, there's still plenty of it there. No wonder these days some governors are saying, I want to weed them. I am not saying that I support the weeding of people emas, but I'm saying that if you're very, very useful, nobody discards a useful instrument.
Definitely.
So that's one responsibility. Trustworthiness. See, with all his family, like honesty, sincerity, truthfulness, and like faithfulness and like that, in the family of being trustworthy, we need to drive that home for the future of our nation, the future of the world, the children. We need to help them see the importance of it. And see, teaching character does not require you to always come to a class and say, sit down, children, Today, I'm going to teach you about trustworthiness.
Okay.
There might be moments when you need to do that.
Okay.
But you see, for children who are growing up with you, who want to see the natural you, the real you,
They want to see
there
it.
are moments when all you're doing is doing situational teaching.
Yeah.
So something has happened. Let me see what's in the news latest. Like, unfortunately, on Friday there was a crash. You know, I'm a journalist, so I follow the news like
Yes,
every time.
yes,
So,
oh.
and then I got so attached to it. My children were there, and when we were watching the live transmission of the burial that happened,
Okay.
I had to be telling them a few things.
Mm.
You know, I've been raised by a military man, so I understood a bit of, and I was telling them what I thought of my personal feelings about the whole thing, but helping them see that. So I mentioned a word to them.
Okay.
They were chatting away while that solemn moment was on. I said, guys, no, now you need to learn to respect people's moments. Yeah. I told them, learn to respect other people's moments. It doesn't have to happen to your family.
Exactly.
Before you know that this thing pinches, this is painful, this is
have to be
colossal
there.
loss and heat on the nation, on our fight against bandits and insurgency and all of them like that. So I had to drop that word for them, that guys, come now. You people should learn to respect other people's moments. Even if you are a Christian, you should drum that down your children. Help them see that when people mourn, you mourn. It doesn't mean you should cry and hit yourself
There should
on
be
the ground.
this
Show
sober
that
complexion.
sober moments.
Yeah.
You know, it doesn't even really mean that you're observing a minute silence, but that show that you. So all of that, when we help children see this from when they are growing up, by the grace of God, they grow up to see that, oh, mommy said this, daddy said
They are
that.
into
Oh, this
it,
was how we used to do it growing up.
Yes.
It will come back to them when they are older
Older.
people. No matter how seriously diminished the values in the society are, they will still have a resistance because they grew up hearing certain things and the way it should be done. So that's second. Anyway, I mentioned two with plenty of it. So under responsibility is diligence. If you are responsible, you'll be diligent, you'll be dedicated to whatever you're doing, you'll be committed, and then you even be consistent. So there's the power of consistency that you should teach also. When you start a thing, follow it through to the end. So children can begin washing their dresses, and it's not for the fact that
Then
there is
in the
no washing
midway, they
machine,
stop.
but sometimes I say, go and wash your socks yourself. Learn how to know when. So what if you grow up and your washing machine has issues?
Of
Will you
course.
stockpile your dirty
And put it there.
dresses and you will not do anything? So at least learn to know how to scrub. So I say, okay, this is how you wash socks. All of those things we were taught when we were growing up, and if we're not careful, the children of today are losing out on it. They are
course.
basic. And what you do for a child when you give them end-to-end training, in spite of all the money you might have, let them know how to relate with people who don't have anything, just in case they have a need to survive that kind of environment. It won't be all too sudden for them.
Too sudden,
So,
yeah.
So that's consistency, and with consistency goes tenacity, resilience.
Yeah.
When you start something, focus
Yeah,
on it,
building it.
follow it, build up, and patience. Patience is one word that is fast eroded in the world today.
Seriously.
Everybody wants a noodles
Fast,
experience.
fast.
Let it happen now.
Exactly.
I want instant gratification. I don't want delayed gratification. All of that. So, but each parent owes their own future. Huh? So I'm not saying the children's future. Now people say your own future
Your
and
own
your
future.
peace.
Definitely.
You owe your future and your peace. The need to teach these children aright and just trust that God will keep them. I'm a Christian, so I believe so much in that scripture that says that when you train up a child in the way they should go, when they grow up,
They will not
stick to it.
depart
So forget
from
about
it.
what society is becoming. Do your own job. Do your own bit, and then hand everything over to God. Yeah.
Very good. We are learning and relearning, Abby. Definitely. You know, some of us have had this notion that the society is corrupt. So they just make it more corrupt every day.
There's no need to
And
try. There's no need to raise
they are-
any great
exactly. They are just
child. They're going to be in the same society.
they are just live.
no.
In fact, they are just giving birth to these
No, that's
children
not the path to redemption.
without any focus, no parenting stuff. Just live your life. If in fact, faithfulness too. You know,
yes,
faithfulness.
I mentioned that under
loyal-
trustworthiness.
Yes, it is very important.
Yeah.
You like when you have your child and you cannot teach them to tell the truth all the time
They
for
will
you.
want to do it the wrong way. So don't get us wrong. Every child will want to tend towards either good or bad from time to time.
Definitely.
So that's why you're a parent.
That's why you are there.
You are there to correct, to say no, 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 no. They want to take what is not theirs.
Of course.
And then you will ask, who took this? And they will just keep quiet and watch.
To know how you will feel
Exactly.
or what
And
you will
sometimes they
do.
will say, I didn't take it, and they are the ones that took it. So it's now your own intuition or your capacity to have studied who can do what. In my family or among my children, I know who can do a certain thing. But without having to mistakenly accuse anyone wrongly, there are moments when I just call a particular person and say, okay, I want you to tell me the old truth. Are you the one that did this thing? And sometimes you're like, I'm the one. So
It's true.
and that's why we should be present. I'm sorry, we have to run around and do a lot today as parents, but we also have to look at how to be present.
They
Because
need
when
us.
you're absent, a lot will happen and you don't know.
A lot.
Yeah.
And let's talk about this being present with them now and their character building. A lot of these children, they act something differently from the way they do at home.
Yeah.
When they go out, they are something else. When they come in, they are something else because they know mommy don't even know me. You understand? Daddy doesn't know me. So I remember a scenario while I was still in full-time teaching. An incident happened and we called on the parents and we told him, this is what your son did. And he outrightly said, no, my son can never do this. If he nearly tagged me to be a bad teacher then.
Wow.
Saying maybe I hate his son, this and that. And the whole class, in fact, the whole school knew that boy did that thing.
Except the parents.
Except the except the parents. It kept on going like that. He did something else again that we were all disturbed, the proprietors and everybody, and they just come in. Because of that incident, they took me from that class to another class that maybe I don't like them, and so that was dividing the class. So when this thing now happen again, the proprietors now called me and said, Mrs. Ariori, this happened. Who do you think will do it? I was no longer in their class, and I just said, that same boy will have done this. A boy that have been exhibiting this kind of trait, and the younger brother is doing the same thing.
Wow.
So, and the parent keeps saying their children can never do such a thing. So I don't know how we can help this parent to understand this aspect of their children growth and development. Do you understand that scene?
Yeah, I do. I do. It's unfortunate. It's unfortunate. I'm not going to take a swipe at the parent and do a blame game. No. I'd rather feel pity for that kind of a parent. There's nothing wrong in trusting your child.
Yes, so definitely.
In fact, you should trust your child. But I feel for the parent to the extent that he or she already has a wrong assessment. It has become wrong over time without them knowing perhaps. So if you think that you've done a good job with raising your child, then you expect certain standards from them. It's an expectation. As far as children are concerned, it's still an expectation.
Of course.
It's not a final result yet. For every child, they progress, they get better with training, with understanding, with cooperation, with relationship. And I see a huge gap between that kind of a parent and their child in real terms.
Definitely.
If you are, there's a thing God has given to parents. Yoruba say, "Ara sorrow for me."
When your body is talking. Yeah.
You just get this feeling,
knowing,
or this or this nudging that something isn't right with this child. Particularly if you're a parent who prays for your child. And praying for your child is not Christian or Muslim.
Yeah.
I think it's just what you owe anything that is important to you.
Yeah.
So if you talk to who you believe in about anything that is important to you, then you sure are talking to your God, whatever God you subscribe to or version of God you subscribe to. You are talking to them about your child. I believe when you do, whatever you show interest in, when something is going wrong with that person, you will know somehow. It's either you will read it or something will give them out. And because they are children, I don't know what age. Was it primary school or secondary?
Secondary.
Well, secondary. We are talking about teenagers.
Talking
here.
about 13 years
talking
and
about
above.
teenagers here.
Yes.
Oh, teenagers are awesome people.
Oh.
I have 2 of them.
Very wonderful.
Right now, and I must say that it's a learning process for me. It's a learning process for me. My ultimate desire is for them to be friends with me and I friend with them.
That's the best.
But you see, it's not good. It might not happen at the beginning.
Yes.
So we still do plenty of no, this is what you have to do. No, this is how you have to do it. So for that kind of a parent, I feel a sense of pity because it looks like the child is living less than what the parent expects. Yeah, the parent doesn't know. But you see, this is what I tell people. When it comes to character, when a lot of people are saying the same thing about you, it is not wisdom to still say that no, that's not me. I forbid it. I reject it. No, because character never hides. It's there for everyone to assess, to see, and to experience. So people are at the receiving end of your character. So when people say that, oh, we've noticed this about your child, that's not the time to say, no, God, I forbid it. It's not my child. It can never be. I know now. That's the time to say, oh, I never knew my child to exhibit those traits. But I'm sorry in the meantime. I promise that I will look into this and get back. That shows intentionality. That shows deliberate attitude to help the child. And that shows that you're ready to be on your watch. So when you tell the adults that, no, my child didn't do it, number one, the child is happy that you were able to sweep all the facts away. And if you get back home and you don't follow up, then the child will grow into a mold. So yes, there are children who are different things in school. Every child sometimes will attempt to be different thing in school. But with God's help, and with plenty of being on the ground, there's nothing that compares to being on ground. Though. I mean, my days of working as a reporter, it was one of the major reasons I had to exit my work. Yes, to come start doing whatever I'm doing now. Because it took plenty of time. And to me, I felt that I had gotten to a point where I didn't have a hold on things the way I wanted it. The vision I wanted for the home, the vision I wanted for relating with my children. I don't resume early, except when I have assignments that require me to be there to do coverage early. But there was no closing time. Nobody could tell when I'll come back. So it meant that in the morning when I don't resume early, I most likely will see them dress up and away to school. But I never get to see when they come back from school. I never even get to see them to bed. All they see is that they meet me in the morning that I'm at home. And at a point, I felt that, oh, this isn't working anymore. You say, what about your weekends? There were moments when I had to work at weekends too.
Sure.
That was the way the job was. I was enjoying the job. I totally loved the job and I still love it. But I had to weigh, put everything on a scale of
the family and
myself,
work.
which one is priority? Career is not running away with parents. Especially for those of us who are ladies, your career will always
be there.
You will always make it to wherever you are. One of the things that gave me the push that made me leave, that helped me to live the way I did, I was interviewing ladies for our cover page in the Punch.
Okay. Back
to back at weekends. We call it Super Saturday Lounge. And with many of these influential ladies that you put on your cover page, you know the class of person that newspaper will put on the cover page. So I was interviewing them every Saturday. And from their story, whenever you ask them a question, how do you balance work life and family?
Yeah.
I saw that a few of them had really touching, painful stories to tell. But many of them told me by telling their story. But I was learning for myself while I was doing that job.
Definitely.
I saw that many of them had to exit jobs that wouldn't allow them do what they were due for at a particular stage of life. Nobody, my husband didn't ask me to go. In fact, he wanted me to stay, saying that I could still help with one or the other. I'm like, oh, it's time to leave.
You cannot be like
and do
mom.
Something else.
Yeah.
So I was on that job for 14 years.
Wow.
I had all my 4 children on that job.
Wow.
But at a point I knew that they were growing to a point where I needed to have a one-on-one on a regular basis. Some other women can survive what I thought I couldn't survive. So you see, it's not one template.
Not the same.
So you must understand what works for you. Once you see that you're losing it, it's time to review your schedule. But by all means, we have to be there. And when people say, I notice you're snobbish, and everybody says snobbish, it's not time to say, God forbid. It's time to sit down and take a look inward and then start doing something about it. Something else you can do is put people on your own watch And so raise accountability partners around yourself.
Exactly.
And say things like, oh, people say I'm this. Please, can you be on the lookout? I'm working on it. So anytime you see me make this mistake, could you just give me a nod? So I'll know that I'm going the way I said I'll not go anymore. Yeah, thank you.
That's great. You know what you said just reminded me of another story. This woman, she's an open person, and she has this first child to be a boy, a grown-up boy. Now this boy just carry money, say, mommy, I've gotten admission, left for school for 2 years.
All by himself.
All by himself. For 2 years he was in school collecting money. First year, second year, he did not gain any admission. It's somebody that told the woman that this boy, I don't think he has any admission at all, because he was just in school sleeping. He's not coming for lecture, this and this. So this woman did not call the son at all. She just went to the school, did her investigation.
What are you calling for?
I don't know. You know, some women say, they will start shouting and say, hey, so you did not. This woman did not do that. She had to go to the school, did her investigation, and find out that actually this boy did not gain any admission at all. And he was collecting money as in real money.
That guy didn't start. It didn't start from that time.
Definitely.
Something had been happening before.
Definitely.
Nobody becomes like that in one day.
It starts someday now. But you know, as parents, she already knew. I believe she knew the kind of child he is. But she always tells us, because she shared the story with us, and she said she's not that kind of person that when you tell her this happens to your children, she will definitely find out if it is true. Because some parents, once they hear, you need to do investigation and know if truly what people have said about your children are right. Let's go to the parents themselves. You know, there's some characters that these parents also exhibit that these children picked from them. Like somebody who is stubborn, very, very stubborn, as a woman or as a father too, as a parent. And these children also learn. There was this person, we were sharing with her what happened in the home of somebody, and say, I want a kitty. Alagidi ni won. And you know, this woman is a Christian, and we were expecting better opinion from her that mommy, this should have happened, this, and she just supported that man, that man was right for acting that way.
He has reason to be that because he's from a kitchen.
Yes. So how do we now undo some women or some parents?
People that are stubborn or undo, which of them?
I don't even have. I've been with a lot of them, but I don't always have this notion that
my husband is from Ondo. He's not stubborn.
I think it's beyond you coming from one part of the country, or it's just a character in you.
It is. It is. I agree.
So
okay, you want me to talk about that?
Yes.
It's not. Character has nothing to do with your ethnicity. No. Probably the most shocking reality is that it also has nothing to do with your genes. It's not gene based. Character development is choice based. It is choice. But when children are still children, these are parents now, so they are not even children. For children, they listen to you say this is right, that is wrong. They grow up, they have to take ownership of the right and wrong if you have been able to sufficiently market it well. I use the word marketing. But for parents who have deficit character traits or manifest those character traits that are not advisable for children to follow, they have to be sincere and there's what I call personal character assessment. Every person who is an adult should be able to do a PCA. A PCA is that moment where you're taking a cursory look at yourself. And so you're picking the good, the bad, and the ugly. What are my strengths? What are my weaknesses? And then which ones are threats? What traits are threats to my strength? What do I need to work on? And begin a journey of becoming better. Now, which leads me to another concept that I call better me, brand Better Me. So when you begin to build a brand called Better Me, a Better Me brand, and that's for people who are deliberate and already understand the power of character development. But for a lot of people, they'll leave things at the doorstep of excuses. I'm from Ijebu, so I can't hold money. If you give me money, when there's party, I will use it. I'm from Ondo or Ekiti. We're usually very, very stubborn and heady. We don't listen to anybody. In fact, when there's this in Yoruba, something like that.
Yes, sir.
That's what English people call one moment of madness, and everybody has a moment of madness. It's not true that you have to manifest all of those extreme character traits. It's when you understand that you are a brand and you understand what the content of your brand should be, you begin to work towards what the quality of that brand should be. How strong should that quality be? So for parents who have those character traits, don't even mistake it. Once you exhibit it before your children, when they are very young, they will believe that is the right thing to do. You may say to them something like, don't do what I do what I say. Well, it's for you to say, it's for them to act. They will most likely do what you do. They might respect you by not doing it when you are there, but once you step out of the circle, they want to find out why you do the things that you do. So they will most likely do what you do. So you say, so Mr. Basa, what are you saying? Are you now saying that every child will eventually become like their parents? No. When they are young, they most likely will just follow you gullibly because you are a God figure. You are a parent to them, so they follow. But when they begin to grow up from teenage years, more things are beginning to influence them other than just you. So God help you, if they meet positive influences out there, they begin to rewrite the story of what you taught them.
That's it.
But if they meet far worse influences out there, then it will be what you have sown as seed plus the things activating or boosting whatever thing they are becoming, and then you will just find out that the result is a multiplied wrong child that even you will not be proud of. So the least we can do, society does its own, media does its own, books do their own. So when we're talking in character development about the things that influence character, books influence character. So be careful what you read or what you expose yourself to. Programs on TV, radio, every media, whether new media or conventional media, they all influence character development. And same is for music. Music influences. You know, most of the music we see today, the lyrics are saying, go and hold somebody's waist, go down with someone, go and take somebody's money, go and yahoo plus and the rest.
Money.
All the if you don't get money, hide your face, like as if money is the ultimate thing that anyone should desire. So media has impact, whether entertainment industry or the other conventional media, even social media. So all of these things we have their impact. So the least you should do as a parent is to invest the right character traits. Know that you did your own. Because you see, when you don't do your own at work, when they see those things outside, there will be no defense on their inside. Do you get what I'm saying? There is no way to put it side by side something else. So they'll just fall flat or whatever. Except the mercy of God prevails on those kind of children. And then if you're a religious person and you take them through the line of religion, be sure that only religion will not help them buy into good character. They must see you exemplify it. If you shout that a child should pray and you don't pray, if you say they should read the Bible, they don't
see you.
If you say they should go to church early and you go to church late, if you say they shouldn't talk evil about a pastor and you do, if you see them around and lambast the preacher and tear down what the preacher has said, you are going to reap exactly whatever you're sowing. So our lives, our parents are not free life, but we can't live freely. Sorry. If you live freely now, anyhow you like, you will regret it tomorrow. So take all the caution you can today. It is a responsibility that God has given us. So if you know you have personal weaknesses, go and work on it. And tell your children that, look, you might see me doing this. It's an area that I'm trying to change.
So they will know you are working on that.
Be so vulnerable and so real to tell them that I'm working on this area of me. So please don't follow me, because even me, I'm not proud of this. Once you tell a child that, you have already given them a reason to know that, oh, daddy is working on this, mommy is working on this, and they may even cooperate with you to help you
out of it. That's great. In fact, our time is really, really fast spent. but we did learn. We are learning something. I believe you're learning something, and you will keep listening to Nation Street. So what word of advice do you have for our parents? Because our time is really, really fast spent. Let's just, word of advice as regards the character development for the children. And you have said something about how the character help to have a bright future. Yeah. So, but just give your word of advice for 1 minute.
Well, in the final analysis, the way you say, like to say that don't delegate your responsibility. Whatever action you don't initiate as a parent, nobody will improve on it for you. You must initiate the action so that others can help you improve on it. The secondary school teacher, the primary school teacher, the Sunday school teacher, the boss in the office where they will work, as young people, the people they will work with, the people they will meet, they will only improve on whatever you have initiated. So let's initiate the process. Let's stay true to the responsibility that we have, and then let's expect that all of our sweat and all of our investments will be crowned with glory. The beauty of anyone's old age is to see that your children have turned out well. Nobody is happy to have pain in their old age. So this is about your future as well as theirs. So if you think that it's about the future of the child, it's also about yours. Yes, they have a name. They are going to be the one to be in the middle of it, but it rubs off on you as well.
Definitely.
So whatever you can do, whatever thing you need to do, even working on yourself in your areas of weakness, please do. You don't want your son to beat his wife when he grows up. Don't beat the mother. Don't slap the mother. Don't shout on her. Don't treat her anyhow. You want your boys to learn how to respect girls. You don't want them to be those who rape other girls out there. From the house, teach them to respect their sisters. Show them how to care, to be tender, loving towards their sisters. Teach them how to be courteous. Teach your girls how to put themselves together. So do your job right there at home. Finally, if you don't know what to teach your child, get someone who you can pay or you trust to teach them. So consultants are everywhere. Consultants are everywhere. Today you can get help on virtually anything that you want. So if you think you have not grown well as well, and rather than sit down and be saying, oh, I wish, till step time out goes. There and ask for help. You can even get some of these assistance for free. I wish everyone the very best.
Thank you so much. Wow. We really learned. How can people follow you on social media? Okay.
On Facebook, Bose Deolushola Obasa. Just search Bose Deolushola Obasa. That's the name. On Instagram, Successful Bosse. Okay. Successful Bosse on Instagram. And where else am I?
Twitter.
Let me spell the successful. It's not S-U.
It's
special. Special spelling.
Okay.
SOXCESSFULL. Okay. So X as in XYZ. S as in ST. S for shoe.
Okay.
SOXCESSFULL.
All right.
Bosse, successful Bosse.
Thank you for coming down to our studio on Joli FM. We really appreciate you. Thank you. And keep listening to Joli FM. Evening Jollyment is here with Man U. Don't go away. Keep listening.
No detour yourself. Joli FM. We sabi ginger.